mussels. And I have lobster and salmon. I feel like I need to put my hair up for this one. I made a seafood sauce. It's just onions, garlic, butter, Cajun seasoning, the works. Let me try a mussel. They're pretty good by themselves too. All right, let me get a napkin real quick. Okay. So, I've got some questions that I need answered. I think I'm the only person that can answer them, but I haven't been able to. And I've asked multiple people in my life these questions. They're not able to either. So I need these questions answered. I've actually looked on Google and I've got multiple different answers for this question I'm about to ask right now. Question. Where do butterflies live? Seriously, a question I have. I've been wondering this for a while. I think I got high one day and I was like, do butterflies like just follow the wind? Probably. They're too light to not follow the wind, right? So, like if I were a butterfly, every time a gust of wind came by, would I like hide? Can't hide. I don't know when wind is coming by. So what would I do? Because there's no way that butterflies are like, hey, I mean, they don't have phones, but butterflies aren't, hey, I'm coming home today. No, they don't know where home is because they're freaking as light as a feather and they're getting flown all around the city. We don't know where they're going. I don't know where they're going. Do you know where they're going? I just know they end up places randomly. You can't keep a butterfly unless, like, they don't have butterfly houses. They have bird houses. They have butterfly, like, sanctuaries or something, but they're in a net. So you put a butterfly in a net, can't go anywhere. Or jellyfish. SpongeBob knew what he was talking about. Okay. So you put a butterfly, jellyfish, anything that can fly that's like lighter than air, put it in a net. So. Anyway, okay, sorry. I have a hair scrunchie on my wrist. Itches. Don't leave hair scrunchies on your wrist too long. Cut off your circulation. Dang it. It's like $8 for 2 bites. It's ridiculous. It's kind of annoying. Man, but it's so good. It doesn't make any sense. First question, Where do butterflies live? I don't get it. Like I said, the wind comes, picks them up. Butterflies live wherever, I guess, that like they're dropped off at. So I finished my lobster. What's my first, I guess, high question? I probably did think of that when I was high, but it stuck in my brain, and I'm like, I need an answer to this. No one's answering me. So, okay. Next. Okay, I know I thought of this one when I was high, because I think about it all the time. So it is the next high question. Ooh. I took the skin off. Alright, so I had an incident back in the day. Okay. So I had an incident back in the day. I was driving through Watts. I wasn't driving, which means like I should have no responsibility. Just chilling under the passenger seat. And my ex, she was like, hey, can you throw this soda can out? I said, not even my soda can. So, mind you, I'm in the passenger seat. It's not my soda can. And she tells me to throw it out. And her brother and her brother's best friend are in the back seat. So I'm like, alright. So I throw the can out. We're in Compton / Watts area. I think we were actually in Watts. That day the police had nothing better to do. Nothing. So they pulled us over as soon as I littered. And they were like, oh, we're pulling you over. Biggest crime of the century in Watts. Anyway, so they pulled me over. I say me because I'm the one that got all the smoke. So they walk up to my door, and this officer is like, why'd you throw that can out the window? Well, I contemplated, and everybody in the scene, in the car seen me contemplate. I looked over at my girlfriend, and I was like, I wanted to say she told me to, because that was the truth. But it wouldn't have helped me at that time. All they would have done was said, oh, if she told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it? So, instead, I mean, I guess even if it did help me, I wouldn't have done it. There's no reason to snitch on her. So, I said, well, I just got a new soda and I need somewhere to put it. That officer looked at me like that was the most honest thing he ever heard. He was like, okay, so you had a new soda that you just opened. So you threw the old can out because you needed somewhere to put the new soda. Damn. That's honesty right there. Which it was true. But she did also tell me to throw it out. So look, he actually paused for a little while. And even her brother and his friend in the back seat were like, after we drove up, they were like, you had that officer shook. Like, he didn't know what to say. So, I told him the truth. He told me, do you live here? And I was like, no. What do you mean live here? He's like, do you live in the city of Watts? I'm like, no. Do you? And then he looked offended. Like, I don't know why I was asking all that. Okay, so did I mention that I was dumb? And I was about 20 years old, 21. So anyway, after we gave each other looks like, no, I don't live here. Do you live here? No, I don't live here. Do you live here? Okay, well, why are you asking me questions? Okay, well, don't worry about it. He was like, well, you look young enough, and I'm pretty sure you don't have an ID. He was wrong. I was old enough, and I definitely had an ID. But he told me I looked young enough, and he's sure I didn't have an ID. And so he told me, just don't litter in other people's neighborhood anymore, because if I lived there, and I wouldn't want other people to, litter in my neighborhood. Deal. Thank you very much. On our way. So now here's my question. This is where the line is like so thin. The line between, love and hate. That's thin, right? That's a thin line. But what about the line? What about that thin line between not love and hate? Forget that. Who cares about that? Littering and not littering. That's what I need to know about. So, okay. Alright, so, check this out. He tells me don't litter. Okay. Deal. Fair. I will not litter. I just need to know the definition of littering. Now, the only reason I say that is because I throw an onion or a pickle or like a whole piece of bread outside, right? And I'm like, I don't want this. I'm driving, right? Like, skirt, okay. Pickle, I don't want that. Is that littering? Is that really littering? Like, if a cop seen me, would he say that was littering? I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so, but everyone else that I've came across, they have no real answer for me. Because this is, I think you might have to be high to actually come up with a good answer for this one. And I'm not right now. But it's a question that I've thought about a lot. And every time I'm in the car and somebody throws an onion out the window, I ask them the same question. Is it littering if you throw your onion, your pickle, your tomato, your lettuce, your bun with mayonnaise on it? Is it littering if you throw that out the window? I say no. And the only reason that I say no, the only reason, not because I believe in littering and whatever, nah. It's because I believe that if you're going to throw something out the window and it can be eaten by the next life source, ants, birds, caterpillars, cockroaches. I don't know any other life sources at this moment. Those were butterflies. Those were the life sources that I thought of. So anyways, you throw it out the car. Choo! Lettuce out the car. A bird comes. Woo, 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 woo. Picks it up. Oh, okay. Oh, woo, woo. I just ate my lunch for the day because I'm a bird. And I'm like, oh yeah, thank you very much. I think I just helped a life. I didn't just inhibit a life. I helped a life. So that's why I feel like it's not littering to throw out food. Not whole foods. Like, don't throw out like a whole like lasagna, because that's littering. Because like then the tray underneath the lasagna, that makes it a litter. That makes it littering. You go leave the lasagna at a table at a park with people who want to eat it, who are there to eat it, whether it's family, friends, or somebody you don't even know, and they don't eat it and they leave it there, well then, I mean, it's still littering. That's littering. But it's not on you. So anyway. So yeah, I think that throwing some pickles out the window while you're driving, that's not littering. If that is littering, then no, that ain't littering. Like, I really need to. No, it's just not littering. It's just not. It can't be. It's almost impossible for that to be littering. So we're gonna move on to the next subject, and I'm gonna tell you guys about the time that I skinny dipped. That was illegal. You cannot skinny dip in public parks and recs, and none of that. You can't do it. I'm gonna pause it, only because everything's gonna be the same when I come back. See, let me eat these mussels. I did not pour myself a drink, so I just poured juice, spilled juice on my pants. Okay. All right. Alright. I'm almost done. It's gonna be a short video because this was good. I'm hungry. I'm happy. 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm about to go get something to drink. 1 second. Okay, so anyway, the video messed up. But let me tell you guys. I was talking to my best friend because I was like, Diamond, I need to tell, some stories, interesting stories. And then she reminded me that I had almost killed her a few times. Not on purpose, like driving. I wasn't the best driver, but I always got where we were going. And she didn't want to get her license, so that was her fault. Anyway, I'll talk about that another time. So she was telling me to tell a story about the time we went skinny dipping. The only time we went skinny dipping. And we didn't even make it to the skinny dipping part. We tried. We did a pretty good job. So we go down to Long Beach, and this is back in the day. We're about 20. I don't think we're 21 yet. I think we're 19. About 19. Everything really fun happened like when we were young. So we're like 19. And we decided that the best idea ever would be to go find out what these grunions are. We hear about these things called grunions. I don't know what a grunion is. But I learned that they swim onto the sand every few months or every year at some time. So we're like, we're gonna go see these grunions, and they're gonna be like, swimming up on the sand, and we're gonna catch some. Okay, there were no grunions. when we got there because we didn't really look up. We didn't do good research. We didn't know what time they showed up or anything. So, alright, we pull up. We don't see no Grunions on the beach, and we're the only people out there on the beach. And it is about maybe 9, and we're gonna go to the strip club after. We lived at the strip club at this time. Not gonna lie. Yeah, when I was about 19, 18, 19. So I think I might have been 18 at this time, because she probably was 19. Because we lived at the strip club at this time. That sounds about 18. That sounds about 18 years old. So I was probably 18, she was probably 19. And we decided to go out and try to see if we can go see these Grunions. Because we had seen them on TV or something. And this is before YouTube, so we watched TV all the time. I didn't see no damn Grunions. I don't even know what the freaking Grunion was. Sorry, my camera like tried to pause on you. Anyway, I didn't know what the freaking Grunion was. So I was like, okay, I don't see no Grunions. They're supposed to be lighting the beach up and swimming all everywhere. They weren't there. So then we decided, you know what? I've never been skinny dipping before. Let's do it. So me and my best friend take our clothes off. I don't know if we get butt naked. I'm not sure if we get butt naked or if we just get like in our underwear. I'll try to have her come on and, you know, tell you guys the rest of the story. But from what she told me, we got naked. Not naked. She said we got undressed. I mean, not from what she told me. What I remember and then what she filled in the blanks. I don't remember, but she said we got undressed. I should have got more specific. Did we get naked? Was I naked? I don't know. I think I might have been naked because I'm always trying to be naked. I like being naked. I like just... I don't even make any sense. I just like doing stuff, so whatever. So anyway, I was like, okay, let's do it. Doesn't take me much to get convinced. I'm in head first. So, and this is before she had a kid, so even better. She's in head first. We go out to that dang water. It's warm. Like, it's warmer than I've ever felt like the Pacific Ocean. Like, California water is cold. So we're in Long Beach. We're like, oh my God. And we both are looking at the shore. We're not looking at the Black Sea straight ahead of us. We're looking, you know, we're turned backwards and we're looking at the shore behind us. Like, okay. Okay, so like I was saying before I almost choked. We're not looking forward, we're looking at the shore behind us. Because we're looking at the lights. There's nothing in front of us except like a couple boats and an island that I think you get oil off of in Long Beach. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. So we're looking back behind us, turn all the way around 180, and we hear something behind us all of a sudden. Not only do we hear something, we see something. We see the water moving. You know, the ripples? You start seeing those little ripples. If you start seeing ripples behind you, and it's about 9 o'clock at night, and it's like, I think it was like March. It's winter. It is not time for people. It's winter, spring. Nobody's out here rippling behind you. You turn around and you're like, what is that? I'm gonna tell you right now, it wasn't what we expected. It wasn't what we wanted. It wasn't what... when we look back at it, we're like, I wish we knew that. But at the moment, when we turned around and seen this monster behind us, there was a whole monster behind me. So, my best friend actually, she was to... I remember this for some reason. She was to the left of me. We turned around because we felt something. We're, oh, hell no. And we turned around. And also, I'm not going to lie, like, you know, like, we're young, we're black, we're just, it's just not we're really cautious. We're cautious in a different way. Like, we're not cautious like we're not gonna do it. We're cautious like, you see him over there? Let's walk across the street type of cautious. You feel me? So we look behind us, and all we see is a fur monster, a fur ball, a monster. Huge thing was, it was gonna get us, right? Huge ass monster, just like full of fur. It was like, I'm gonna get you. We didn't have to swim because we were on our feet. The water was maybe like this high, maybe. Bruh, I never ran that fast in my life. We literally looked at each other. I don't think we screamed because we knew it would be a bad thing, because then that fur monster shark dog was gonna get us, and we didn't want that. So we scurried off as fast as we could. When we get to the shore, we realized we probably overreacted. And we look at each other and we're like, oh, okay. What do you think that was? After we stopped, after we calmed down. What do you think that was? And she says, I think she said she thought it was an otter. And I thought it was a seal. And we're really close to Seal Beach in Orange County. And we're young. We don't know that beaches are just named things. We think, oh, we're close to Seal Beach. It must be a seal. It's probably where all the seals come from. Seal Beach. All I know never did that again. Never got in the water that late again. Told everybody our story. No one hardly believed us because they're assholes. Her dad mostly. He's not ooh, he might watch this. Okay. Sorry. Okay, he is an asshole. Anyway, he doesn't believe anything I say. That's not my fault. And then, okay, you know what? It's okay. My parents can be assholes sometimes too. I feel like anybody that doesn't believe what I'm saying might be an asshole, because I be telling the truth, especially when I'm scared. If I say a spider was this big, it was this big. It was. You don't gotta believe me, but I know. I know what size the spider was. My brain works pretty good. I didn't say perfect. I said good. Okay, so this just reminded me. I just put my food on my fork with my fingers. There was this book back in the day it was written by the Wayans brothers. It was me and my brother's favorite book. It was called You Know Your Ghetto If. I'm either going to find that book, recreate that book, or order that book online. And it's called You Know Your Ghetto If. And it's the best jokes ever. Because only somebody who actually either grew up around, ghetto people, in the ghetto, just in general around jokes like that, it's hilarious. Okay, I'll tell you guys a couple jokes. Okay, so here's a couple simple ones that were in the beginning of the book. You know your ghetto if you wear house shoes or your slippers to the grocery store. Okay, yeah. That might have been true back in the day, but that doesn't hold up anymore, because the most non-ghetto people wear slides and slippers to the grocery store. And there was another one. You know you're ghetto if you use the batteries from the fire. What is that thing? I'm looking dead at it, but I can't remember what it's called. Okay, you know you're ghetto if you use the batteries from the fire alarm to put into your pager. Okay, wait, let me try to rephrase that. You know you're ghetto if you're pager runs out of batteries and you use the ones from the fire alarm. I don't know. Okay. All right. You know you're ghetto if you... There was another one. You know you're ghetto if you can outrun cops in high heels. Okay. You know you're ghetto if... What was the other ones? Man, they were... I'm not gonna lie, that was like... I think I was like 9 when we got that book. Maybe younger. Maybe my dad got that book and we just stole it from him. Maybe we weren't supposed to have that book. But that was the best Wayans Brothers anything I've ever had. Oh, no. I'm sorry. White Chicks is just everything. White Chicks, Joanna Man. They didn't make Joanna Man, but White Chicks, everything. Don't be a menace to society while drinking gin juice in the hood. Everything. Okay. Anyway, you guys, I'm getting full. Yeah, this is just the skin. I'm not eating that. I ate all the salmon. Oh yeah, another joke. The whole point that I brought the joke up was, you know you're ghetto if you put food on your fork with your finger. That was one of the jokes. Fire. Empty. Anyway. Alright. Well, I'm happy. I ate. I ate what I like. I had like half a bowl left. But yeah. But it just, I don't know. They're good, but, you know, they're not oysters. They're not clams. I'm gonna pour this on here. I'm gonna go take a nap. And then I think I'm gonna keep winking and gunning, y'all. I'm gonna wink and gun, keep doing that. I realize that's how I say bye. Is how I say bye. Bye. But yeah, I'm about to go take a nap. I'm out. I'm done. I'm freaking Is that a thing? T-O? Tap out instead of K-O. T-O, tap out, because I'm about to K-O, knock out. I'm going to become a rapper next. Next mission in life, rapping. Oh, shoot. Holla at me. I'm going to be a rapper. SoundCloud rapper. Not like a good rapper, just a rapper. Just a rapper. All right. Bye, guys.